Oh my god, this has been one hell of a month, dude.
You. Oh, that was a pretty funny joke there. I guess that's why you make a bridge series.
Hey, well, it's been about half of a year, and it has been the craziest half of a year that we've ever had.
It really has.
Oh, that contest we did back in January, 200 entries.
Do you guys know how many that is? Like, average the average video length, let's say if we give or take 5 minutes, 500 minutes to watch all that.
And we had an hour-long entry, so it was more than 500 minutes.
That we did. But I'm telling you, I gotta give people props for how many entries we got, because it's so cool seeing these people come out of the woodwork, because many of the honorable mentions we have are people we've never heard of.
And not only that, we had people with multiple entries. We had people who had multiple entries. We had people who made multiple accounts and had different things there. We had brand new people making great videos, and we had some old people making great videos. We had people making videos all over, different people. At the same time, there were a lot of stinkers.
That's true, there were, and it got to the point where I was being forced to view many of them.
I remember having to get you on the internet and sit down and watch some of those contest entries because you didn't want to. We had so many videos that were just unwatchable.
But what we really tried to do is we really wanted to give every video a fair shot. So I didn't want to go in with a bad mood, although many times I did. I would be miffed, I would be irritated. I'd be like, this better be the funniest thing in the world. Whereas you
and there have been plenty of times, and there have been plenty of times that we had to go back and watch videos again because at first we thought they were all right, and then we come back to them and they were pure gold.
Yeah, like many of them had many sleeper jokes that you get to catch again, and it's material like that I think made a lot of them shine. Fight Ixer 1 by FalconFlyer69. I swear, I went back and watched it just yesterday because I was getting clips for it for this video. And there were just amazing moments that I didn't even catch the first time. And this guy, seriously, out of the woodwork, very nice entry. I am so glad he's keeping up with it.
I mean, hey, I had a couple videos that I saw too that I thought were excellent. I mean, there was Gaijin Dojinshi's X 1999 abridged. Yeah. While it wasn't the best video, it definitely had some of the best jokes in the contest. It had parts that definitely dragged out, and that's one of the reasons I can only give it an honorable mention. But I mean, the video was great, and at the same time, you had something like Killer 7 Samurai's Fate Stay Night Abridged, and that had some sweet jokes. It was one of the funniest things, but it was one of those things, again, it suffered from a lot of pacing issues.
I also saw that, I think we both had, for our list, the, Sword of the Stranger was on there at a point. By Harry's Fiddlesticks. He was there. And
it was one of those things where when we first watched it, it was one of those best entries. But what happened is slowly more and more people kept making better and better entries. And while it wasn't a bad video, it just wasn't as good as some of the videos that we had on our top 10s.
That's true. And it's like, this is what I want most people to understand, is that even if you're not on the list or we don't mention you, doesn't mean your video was bad. It just means that something else came up probably that was much better. And what we're striving to do, and the reason we did this contest, is to get people to make content.
And not only do we want more content, we want better content. And so while you may not have made the best video this time, when we do contests in the future, we're gonna scale them back a little bit, make them a little bit smaller. But at the same time, we're gonna try and get them out faster, so we can get more and better content.
And we're hoping to do some, little gimmicks in the future, like HBI had his G thing. We're thinking about doing, we can do something with titles, anime from a certain year, stuff like that, just to get people out there. Like if people are having a rough spot with their series, or they want to start something new, or they want to do one-shots, all that kind of stuff is great creative inspiration, because people will go, man, I had so much fun with that, I'm going to keep up with this. And you'll meet so many great people, because there are a lot of really cool people to meet.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that like we definitely did try and stray away from is if, there was a lot of issues with, people sounding the same, and while we definitely did judge on it, if the person was doing a good job with everything else, it was one of those things that we could definitely fade away from because it's hard to pick up people when you're new.
Yeah. And I think I gave a lot of people extra points if they were. I was really happy to see solo artists because that is something that is very rare nowadays.
Everyone teams up, and now it's just so great to see new people that are willing to do stuff on their own and do such a good job with it.
Yeah. It's really inspirational, and seeing a few of them even got me excited. Like, man, when I saw Xer1, I was like, I want to work on Bus Gunner again, because that's what it reminded me of. And I was like, this guy's so good. I want to make something like that.
I mean, Fight Xer1 really was something that you would have made.
I know. And that's why it was so cool, because now me and Falconfly are on pretty good talking terms, and I met the guy because he made a contest entry. And there are a few other people that I've been talking to that I met throughout the contest that are really cool guys.
And it's great to see these people, making more and more videos. I mean, even if the videos weren't in the contest, I saw plenty of people make, second, third, fourth, even fifth episodes of stuff that they've already put in the contest.
I know, and it's just like, that push that people needed to get stuff going. It's really cool that everyone teamed up and did stuff, and like seeing a lot of smaller groups come together like, hey, let's make a contest entry together. And I thought that was really cool and really inspirational. And I'm thinking that when we do future ones, I'm really hoping to see a lot of you guys come back and just keep this thing going, because it's a lot of fun. Like, even though, having to sit through a lot of really bad videos that we had, finding the ones that really stood out was totally worth it.
Yep, and one of the things about this contest that made it a little bit harder, though, and I think this is something that we can all kind of agree on, is that there were some people who didn't either, A, they didn't put very much effort into their videos, or B, they had videos that went on way too long.
Yeah, that's true. I feel that script and pacing are one of the most important things that people should have addressed during this.
And it's nice to see that there were people who did, but at the same time, there were people who had pretty good scripts that really, they just didn't shine through in any kind of editing or anything like that. And it was kind of sad to see that.
What I did notice a lot, too, is that there were many videos that had presentation as the most important thing, where they had really good quality, the voices were great, the video footage quality looked great, editing would be sharp, but there was no substance. Like, it's really disheartening to see someone put so much effort into that aspect, but the most important part, what makes you laugh, what makes the video, at least to me, is because if I wanted to watch someone do flashy editing, I would watch AMVs or fan dubs.
And I feel you there. And one of the things that I wanted to say is we have an honorable mention for a person, not necessarily for a video, because they released a lot of videos in this contest, and at least I thought that they did a really good job all around, and I think you thought the same, and I think even the other two judges might agree with us on this. Satenshi, you came out with a bunch of at least quality videos. They weren't the greatest, but you did put out a lot of content, and they were all pretty solid. Your editing was definitely kind of shoddy, and you didn't have everything there, and you had a little bit of crummy mic quality. But what happened is you stepped up, and you made a really good set of videos, and you did a really good job writing those videos out. And to that, we want to say thanks. That was a great time.
It was. Every time I saw an entry from you, I was like, yes, it's a Tenchi video. I'd always get excited. And I feel that is the prime example of someone that, even though the editing isn't the best, to me, seeing a few editing glitches is kind of funny and like a joke in itself, because some of them are even intentional. Or he's like, I can't do this, but here's the punchline anyway. And I felt that was executed great. Like, his execution is one of the better ones, and his ideas are right there. He's got great ideas.
But it's just one of those things to say that while you did definitely have some good things in your editing with it being almost comedically bad, it was one of those things where it was still kind of distracting.
Yeah.
And so we can't get you in the top 10, but we will say, people, go check out Satenshi. Did a good job.
All right, with those mentions out of the way and everything we have to say, thank you all for entering. I am so thrilled that this got so much positive reception from everybody. We really look forward to doing future contests on this channel. You can check them out. Keep subscribed here. Stay tuned because we're gonna do some more contests soon. Not gonna be as big as this one. They're gonna have a few gimmicks to make them more creative, but I think you guys will like them.